to the $100 MBA Show, the business podcast that's all about action with our daily 10-minute business lessons for the real world. I'm your host, your coach, your teacher, Omar Zenhom. I'm also the co-founder of the $100 MBA, a complete business training and community online. And today you will learn how to crush your fear of missing out, or what's commonly referred to as FOMO. With social media these days, it seems everyone is having a better time than you are. Where you're feeling like you're missing out on a huge conference or traveling to exotic locations around the world, these images leave us with a feeling that we're missing out on something. And it's a huge distraction and a production killer. How do you crush your fear of missing out? Find out on today's episode. Let's get into it. Let's get down to business. Today's episode of the $100 MBA Show is sponsored by InfoFree.com. If you're struggling to find new customers, InfoFree.com can help. Most contact lists are outdated and don't have the sales leads that are right for your business. Do you want to reach prospects with phone calls, emails, or direct mail? InfoFree has you covered with its database of 14 million businesses and 220 million consumers. It gives you the power to target specific leads that are right for your business. And with InfoFree's free mobile app, it gives you the ability to access all your sales leads and research businesses before you call. Just go to infofree.com/MBA and get their 30-day risk-free trial of its service. That's infofree.com/MBA. Let's talk about crushing your fear of missing out. First, we have to examine what causes the fear of missing out, or even the regret of missing out. It comes from a mindset. This mindset looks like this. What you're doing or working on is not as important or significant as what you're worried you're going to miss out on. Let's set up an example to work off. Cindy's experiencing fear of missing out, or FOMO, because others are going to this huge party-like conference up in Portland, and she decided she simply can't go because she's got too much on her plate at the moment with a launch that's coming up. And frankly, she doesn't want to shell out the $2,000 for the trip and the conference that it's going to cost her. She might be on a budget right now. So that's the example we're going to work off. Let's talk about that mindset. First, FOMO doesn't have legs unless it's constantly reinforced. How is it reinforced? Well, social media, of course. Facebook in particular. So one way she can combat her FOMO is to limit her social media time to 30 minutes a day. And I would recommend at the end of the day, after she's completed her tasks for the day. At this time of day, she has a strong sense of accomplishment. She feels like she's got a lot done and she's done the work for her business. So when she goes on social media, she feels strong and confident. But I would limit your social media, have it closed throughout the day, because you keep reinforcing these feelings when you see these images, see these posts of this event that you're missing out on. Number two, Cindy should really internalize her business. Her launch is really what the big players work on. Yeah, the conference is good and going to conferences is great, but you can't go to every single one. And Cindy can use it to her advantage. She could look at these images of people having fun, which is great, but they're not working on their business. And you could say, hey, I'm getting ahead now because I'm working on my thing while they're not. Whatever it takes, you got to do that. You got to make sure you tell yourselves the right things. Thirdly, remember that most of these things that you miss out on happen more than once. You can go to it next year, or you can go to it at another time, or you can have a similar experience somewhere else. So you may have missed out this time, but it doesn't mean you're going to miss out for life. If you're experiencing some serious FOMO, some serious fear of missing out, where it's really stopping you from working, it probably means you're focusing on your fear of missing out more than what you actually need to be doing right now, the actual work of your business. So get busy. Consume your time and your thoughts with other things. This can really help you forget about all this other stuff that makes you feel like you're missing out. One of the best productivity tips ever is what Nike says. Just do it. Just get it done. Get things done. Get work under your belt. Get busy, and don't worry about the other things around you. Also recognize that your fear of missing out in that moment is reflecting your lack of a long-term view in your business. Now, this is not to say that you don't have a long-term view, but at that moment, you're just seeing the here and now. You're not realizing the work that you're actually doing instead of that event is going to contribute to your plan, to your business in the long term. And that event will come and go and will come again. So understand that your long-term view, your plan to stick it out and work will pay off. Guys, I got more, but before that, I got to give love to today's sponsor, 241creditlines.com. If you're a growing business and you're looking to get some working capital to take your business to the next level, then 2for1creditlines.com can help you out. If you're a company that's been in business for more than a year, has a physical location, makes a minimum of $200K in annual sales, and has 9 to 40 employees, you can get the working capital you need from 2for1creditlines.com. They can work out terms that are right for you, and you can just call them and speak to somebody who can work with you one-on-one. You can reach them at 888-853-7401. Of course, all loans are subject to credit approval, but the only way to find out is to speak to somebody or visit their website at 2for1creditlines.com. That's the number 2, F-O-R, number 1, creditlines.com. Guys, remember that fear of missing out is temporary. That feeling of you're missing out on something is not going to last forever. Once that event is over, you're not going to really think about it anymore. So make sure you have a busy schedule during that event that you're trying to not think about too much. And again, if you find yourself feeling these feelings every time you're on social media, try to limit your time on social media and maybe just do what you need to do on there. Reply to people that are asking questions and interact with your audience. Guys, I hope this lesson was helpful. I know a lot of us get stuck in some of these things, like fear of missing out, like regretting that we didn't do something that we should have or maybe would have been fun. It's completely normal, and I've experienced it myself. But the funny thing is, the more you experience it, the more you realize it's not that big of a deal. You're not really missing out on much. You can create new experiences all the time. Guys, thank you for listening to the $100 MBA Show. And remember, guys, we want to hear from you. What's your favorite episode of the $100 MBA Show? What's your favorite insight? What is something that really helped your business? We would love to hear that in an iTunes rating and review. If you're on an iPhone, just tap on the cover art you see right in front of you on your screen. You'll see our show notes. You'll see a link that says give us a rating and review. Just click that link and the rest is a piece of cake. And remember, guys, our way of giving back and saying thank you for all the love you give us on iTunes is our Free Ride Fridays. We give away a free ride to the $100 MBA Training and Community every Friday. We randomly choose a winner from anybody who's given us an iTunes rating and review, and we announce the winner on Fridays, on Friday episodes here on the $100 MBA Show. Guys, I want to leave you with this. Our emotions, the way we feel, has a big effect on our productivity, how much we can actually produce. If you're in a funk one day, if you're feeling out of it, you just don't feel like you want to do anything, that's a problem. You really need to get out of it. And sometimes having a break, maybe an hour break, going for a walk, doing some exercise can get you out of that state. Sometimes if you change your physical state, it can change your emotional state as well. But be aware of the fact that your emotions do have a big effect on the way you can actually work. No one's perfect. We all have our off days, but try to do something to make sure they're not completely off. All right, guys, I hope that helps, and I hope to see you in tomorrow's episode. I'll see you then, guys. Take care.